Hello Yu-Gi-Oh players, I am the Joker and today I'm bringing you another requested deck profile. Now I've seen that this deck has been requested by quite a few people on other people's channels and they haven't personally made it themselves because the cards for this deck haven't all come out in the new format. However, I do know a lot of people still want to play this deck and that is why I'm bringing you my Link DDD deck. It is ready, it can be played and it is quite fun. But before I go into my deck, I would like to give two quick shout outs. The first shout out is to my team, Duel Society X, and I definitely suggest if you're a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan, check them out. They are absolutely amazing and they do produce excellent content. Now, the second shout out is also for them, but it's for a video they have just made about 5 ways to prevent yourself from being scammed. Now this is one thing I absolutely hate. I hate when people get scammed, and recently one of our team members has been scammed. I won't name names, so I'm just going to say Vampire Queen was scammed by a douche scammer. I'm not going to name their actual names, I'm just going to call them that. So because of all this, this video has been made and I definitely suggest everyone watching it because I would not like anyone else to be scammed. I am the Joker and I am here to help you. Now without further ado, on with the deck. To start us off, I am still running the 3 DDD Savant Keplers. Now this is your searcher of the deck for your spell card that you need. It is also a level 1, rank 10, so it's scale 10, so there is a few things that you can do with it. Even though you won't pendulum summon, you still can use the level 1 as tuning if you would like, or you can use the effects and spawn out the field and just go into Decode Talker, which is a lot of fun, which is the main reason I did build this deck, to bring out that Decode Talker and so you can still play the game quite effectively. Next, I do run the 3 DDD Oblivion King. This is a quite fun card. When he's special summoned, I can special summon another DDD card in my graveyard. So that's an easy way to also go for Decode Talker or a level 8 play depending on which part of the game I'm at and what really I need. So I definitely suggest running that, and it is a lot of fun. Definitely still running at 3. A lot of these cards that you've been running since the beginning, still continue to run them. Just swap out a few cards that might not be necessary. Next, I still also run Savant Thomas, primarily because I can pop one of my scales, special out a level 8 from my deck, which would be Diddy Oblivion. So that goes for those level 8 plays, as well as Decode Talker, and it's just a lot more easy way to do that. Next, I do run the 2 DD Savant Coppers. Sorry. Now, this one is primarily just the Foolish Burial of the deck. You send cards from your deck to the graveyard that would be needed in the graveyard. This is actually quite helpful for the next cards that I'm about to show you, which are my 3 DDD Swirl Slimes, 3 Necro Slimes, and 3 Lamias. Now, this one is a great card to run purely and simply because I can send Swirl Slime to the grave. Swirl Slime's effect allows me to banish itself and special summon a DD from my hand to the side of the field. So that's one card to the field. DD Necro Slime, I can banish it in the graveyard, and that allows me to have another fusion. And DD Lamia can special summon herself. So primarily right here, you do have a lot of ways to special summon your monsters still, and you can still easily go for those Decode Talkers. Any card you really want, it is a lot of fun, DD Lamias. So primarily, you do fusion summon with your Swirl Slime in hand with your Necro Slime. That gives you one of your fusions. Then if you've got 2 other fusions on the field or 2 other effect monsters, go for your Decode Talker and then really have fun from there. So even though all the new cards aren't out, this deck can still be run as is right now. Next, I do run, because I run Link Spider as well, 2 Gofus. Now, I am waiting on one other Gofu from trying to do it from trades, so hopefully I do get it soon. Probably off one of my teammates, as they are absolutely amazing. I'm probably talking to the captain. I salute the captain, of course. And hopefully, because that is a great card, it goes straight for Deco Talker and is a lot of fun, which is what you need with this deck. To finish off the monsters, I do still run the 1 Max C. Special summoning hasn't changed. It's been slowed down, but a lot of people still do it, so I definitely still suggest running the 1 Max C. Moving on to spells, of course you run the 3 Dark Contract with Gate and 2 Swamp Kings. Now, Dark Contract with the Gate to search, and Swamp King allowing you to fusion. Not much to say about that. It's just, you should always still run it. A lot of the cards, as I said, you'll keep on running them from when you started to the end. You'll just change the different cards that are more helpful or more relevant. Next, for a little bit of draw power, I do run 3 Allure of Darkness. Because of all the cards that are being dark, it is great and easy card to run, and does help you out. Then I also run the 3 Dark World Dealings, primarily because I can send Necro Slime, or I can just draw the extra card. I can draw 1 card, send the card I don't need in my hand to the grave. Probably those cards I would be later using for either fusion or special, or I just don't need them at that point of time. So it does cut down your deck quite a bit and makes it easier to run. Next, I do run, just for 1 of each, 1 Foolish Burial and 1 1-for-1. 1-for-1 for Savant and Lamia, so that's a lot of fun to bring them out, and Foolish Burial just for any of the Necro Slimes, or just your slimes in general that you want in your grave, or any card, or even Lamia, whichever card. It's just a bonus. It's just another pretty much Foolish Burial. As I said, you've got 2 in your deck, and this is just the spell. This is actually the spell of it, so instead of running 3, you can just run 2 and Foolish Burial. Next, for a little bit of board wipe, I do run the 1 Regeki and 2 Dark Holes. Just a lot easier getting around those boards, especially if you say can't draw the cards you actually want, or you're just running protection for a little bit until you can get the boards you need. Running Dark Hole and Regeki is a lot of help. To round off the main deck, I do just run the 1 Solemn Strike and 1 Solemn Warning. If you can't afford Solemn Strike, I suggest running Bottomless Trap Hole, Compulsory Activation, just any card that really gets around those annoying pesty monsters you don't want summoned. Moving on to the extra deck, because I do run 2 Gofus, I do run 2 Link Spiders, because they can be special summoned with Gofu's tokens. The 1 Decode Talker, because as soon as I've got Gofu and 2 Link Spiders, as long as I've got Gofu, the 2 tokens which would go into Link Spiders, I can then go for Decode Talker. And with the new Link format, it's the generic one to run, so run it in any deck that you want to be using an extra deck with. Next, for my fusions, I do run the 2 Genghis, the 2 Arcs, the 1 Beowulf, and the 1 Ragnarok. Genghis just for those special summons from the grave, because they'll go to your main zone. D-Arc for that little bit of health boost. Beowulf because it wipes the back row as well as it does do piercing damage. And Ragnarok because it just gets around a lot of those pesty monsters with its effect. For Synchros, I run the 1 Formula Synchron. It still can be used with the whole Lamia and all that. You can still, after you bring out Decode and all that, and Lamia, Decode, then Formula Synchron, then you've got another card, you still can go for those plays, and it does give you a plus draw, so it is quite helpful. The 1 Gust King Alexander, 1 Siegfried, and 1 Trishula. They're quite a lot of fun. You always need to run the Cursed King. Gust King, you still can go for that play, even with the links, and Trishula just because it's a lot of fun, and it's one of those annoying cards that when you bring out, being able to banish 3 different cards, your opponent always gets annoyed half the time. To round off my extra deck, I do run the 1 Hope and the 1 Dawn King. That's it for my main and extra deck. For my side deck, now I tried to compromise with different decks that would be coming out, so Pendulums, even though link summoning, they still can be useful. So I do run the 1 anti-spell fragrance. For back row removal, I run the 2 twin twisters, the 2 kaijus just to get over those 2 monsters. I run these 2 because I run a lot of darkness, so when I do side this into my deck, it can be quite helpful. 2 DD crows just to banish those annoying cards from the graveyard. 2 artifact lanciers just if you're going up against Cosmos. You don't have to banish on your turn, so this doesn't really stop you or slow down your plays. The 2 ghost ogres just to get around those Draco Slaves or a monster effect that is activated. Although it doesn't negate the effect, it does destroy the monster, so you don't need to worry about next turn. Then 2 Denko Sekis, just so it gets around a lot of fun. Your opponent can't activate set cards, nor can they set different cards. Neither can you, but with this deck you don't worry about that. Then to round off my side deck, I do run the 2 Vanity's Fiend, just so primarily after all this has been done, you won't be, well, you'd bring this guy out and all your powerful monsters are already out, so it doesn't really slow or stop you from having some fun. That is it for my DDD Link deck. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like down below, smash that subscribe button if you wish to see more content like this, and don't forget to subscribe to my team's channel. Check out that video to make sure you don't get scammed. That's it for the Joker, and make sure, once again, don't forget to smash that subscribe button.